Hello, my name is Leah Tibbetts, and I am group coordinator. We chose to do Finding Talent in 2020 as our video concept with Film Strip as our theme. Let's take a minute to introduce my team. Leah Tibbetts, Jordan Gray, Matthew Knowles, Ashlyn Jensen, Caitlin Ritter, Cord Christensen,
Finding talent in 2020 will be pretty easy because it will be more advanced. More advanced in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And yes, even 2015. But back then, finding talent was like finding a diamond in the rough. Everyone had talent, but the talent scouts weren't just looking for anybody. They were looking for someone who wasn't afraid to show their talent to the world. 13 years after Seinfeld turned every quirky LA or New York stand up into a possible TV network cornerstone, there was a growing sense among the scouts that the local club scene has been picked clean of veteran talent and that the next generation will emerge from the other premiere of the comedian world. But the talent doesn't have to stop just right at comedy. It can also be dancing or acting and even white collars, or green, not prejudice. They were looking for someone who wasn't afraid to show their talent to the world, which took them a little longer because of traveling and then deciding if the person had what it takes. But today in 2015, we have found a new way to find talent. We have YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google, etc. Everyone can see the talent people have and decide if they like it or not. Making talent scouts jobs a little more easier. But in 2020, something bigger and better will come. Something that will put YouTube, Facebook, TV shows like The Voice or Think You Can Dance, Instagram, Twitter to shame. Maybe they might create something that the whole world can see at once at the same time. Or maybe, just maybe, things might not change. But if you think like that, you won't think big.
Finding Talent in 2020. Presented by Matthew Knowles. In today's market, the labor force is becoming increasingly transient as workers search for fresh experiences and a cause to support through their work. Just making a profit is no longer the end game. Add to this volatile markets such as application technologies and the increasing allure of freelance work, and you'll see why many companies are having trouble finding and retaining talent. If current trends continue, about 50% of the workforce will be freelancers by 2020. Corporations and businesses will continue to take up causes in a bid to motivate workers and draw on consumer support, and the constant rise and fall of startup tech companies will continue to produce adaptable talent. Add to this that the last of the baby boomers will be moving out of the active job market soon, and you have a market ripe with potential. In tomorrow's market, as competition for the best talent ramps up, businesses will offer better pay, health care, leave, and retirement plans as a way to keep workers they like in their organizations. Apprenticeship programs will begin to look more and more attractive to employers looking to bring in and keep new talent, and corporations will continue to champion causes to attract driven individuals. People will also look for work that allows them to pursue their own interests and happiness, as well as mobility within the company.
The first thing you need to focus on is finding your talent. or possibly someone else's talent if you're the one doing the finding instead of the developing. Some talents are quite obvious to observers, such as these two men playing basketball. Other talents, however, are not so obvious to the casual observer and require a deeper look in order to find them. As an example, who cuts these guys' hair? It is these hidden talents that we want to focus on, and in particular, the talent of writing. As most of us in this class are creative writing majors, we are going to be looking, first off, at how to really improve our talents to be found in the field of writing. In his article, Hidden Talents, Looking Ye Shall Find, Ken McManus says that 25 years ago, an 11-year-old beat me in a 5K race. Before you start laughing too hard, consider the fact that I beat more than 95% of people in that race. This experience opened my eyes to the hidden potential that each of us possesses. That hidden potential applies to each of us as writers. Reading is critically important to developing burgeoning skills as a writer. Not only does it allow you to see what others have done, but it allows you to form your own opinions of what works and what doesn't work, and then incorporate that into your own writing. The University of California at Santa Barbara says to develop a habit of writing every day or on another set schedule that you can keep. All of these are critically important to being found. And who knows? Maybe that talent you're developing as a writer now will be what we're looking for in 2020.